This question has a bit more of an unusual prompt for these double text questions, but it's fairly straightforward. We need to see what the two texts would agree on. So basically that just means let's find some dumb summaries and just try to keep it really simple. Then we'll let the answer choices help us out if needed. So I would go read in order here. Text 1. Today, the starchy root cassava is found in many dishes across West Africa, but its rise to popularity was slow, so slow rise to popularity. Portuguese traders brought cassava from Brazil to the West African coast in the 1500s, but at this time, people living in the capitals further inland had little contact with coastal communities, thus cassava remained relatively unknown to most of the region's inhabitants until the 1800s. So notice that I kind of didn't care so much about that specific example that was in there, but the other strong words about it being not very popular at first, and then what does it say? It was relatively unknown. It's about that. It's about how well known it was and over time. And so, let's see what passage 2 says. But, don't get complicated with the details. The overall idea is more important. Text 2. Cassava's slow adoption into the diet of West Africans is mainly due to the nature of the crop itself. If not cooked properly, cassava can be toxic. Knowledge of how to properly prepare cassava needed to spread, so spreading knowledge, before the food could grow in popularity. The arrival of formerly enslaved people from Brazil in the 1800s who brought their knowledge of cassava and its preparation with them, thus directly fueled the spread of this crop. So what do they agree on? I mean, they agree that it was slow to be adopted, slow adoption, right, of the crop. So yes, they maybe put different reasons behind it, but I don't care. Let's just see if there's something that's like, yeah, it was slow to get taken up. So A, cassava did not become a significant crop in West Africa until long after it was first introduced. That sounds like it's saying the same thing. So far so good. Maybe there's some aspect of this that's wrong, but let's worry about it if there's another choice that might work. So let's look at B. Several of the most commonly grown crops in West Africa are originally from Brazil, so most is one of those words that should instantly stand out to us. Are they talking about the most commonly grown crops? No, they're talking about one crop, cassava, so let's not branch this out into other things. C. The climate of West African coast in the 1500s prevented cassava's spread in the region. Well, they talk maybe about the coast in here in text 1. I don't know that it even has to do with the climate, though, right? That's about the people spreading it. And then the second one is about the cooking of it. So I don't think they really talk about the climate at all. Certainly, the thing I took away from this is both of these passages seem to have different emphases on what is the reason for its slowness. But I don't care about that because that's a difference. I want what makes them similar. So I want to kind of strip away any of the specifics involved as well. D, the most commonly used method to cook cassava today dates to the 1500s. I don't care. The cooking is only part of it. Only part of it in text 2. I don't care about the specifics. It's definitely A, right? And notice how that stuck to the thing that was actually similar between the two passages. The adoption, how slow it was. They don't use those words, but clearly that idea is preserved. So this is why we don't try to focus too much on the details. In lots of cases, they just don't matter. So let's not waste time on things that don't matter. Let's stick to the most simple ideas, and then hopefully just one answer will work.